Hello, I'm Semily Sherry of Triple Moon, and in this video I wanted to share a personal experience, something that's been going on with me recently, because I have a feeling there are probably some of you who are already there and maybe getting a little bit confused, or some of you are heading there. More and more of us will be heading to this place. So essentially, all through my life, ever since having really connected with my spiritual self, with my inner being, I have, like a typical Aries, really been driven and pulled by my inner guidance, by that feeling of soul. And many people have told me that I'm so brave, and I never really thought of myself as brave or courageous. And yet when I look back over my life now, I can see that I have jumped in or jumped out of some extremely risky situations. Actually, I've left relationships, I've left jobs, I've started a new business, I have moved to a completely new location where I knew absolutely nobody. And all of this I've just jumped into, having no idea of how it was going to pan out, no sort of safety net set up for myself. I've just seen and known this is where I've got to be, this is where I've got to go next. My soul has been so pulling me in that direction that I've jumped. And of course I've been okay, as anyone knows who does follow their soul guidance in that way. It works, you're held, you're supported. It's not always easy, but you do get there. And so this creative drive, this soul purpose drive, has been at the centre of my life for many years now. And what I noticed over the last few weeks was that suddenly there seemed to be none of that there. And this is such an unusual experience for me. And quite frankly, it felt quite scary and frightening. And immediately, as we do as human beings, I started to question myself. I wasn't feeling really strong guidance from my inner self, no messages from my guides or my team, my spiritual team. No sort of feeling or urge to do anything, literally to do anything, to move in any direction. And so I kind of dropped into this void space. And it felt blank and it felt empty and a little bit scary. And I started to question myself, am I doing something wrong? Have I somehow lost my spiritual connection? Have I gone so completely off path that, you know, nobody's coming around for me? Nobody's going, hi, over here. You know, have I abandoned everything? That's what we do as human beings. We immediately blame ourselves, criticize ourselves, judge ourselves. And eventually, when I had the courage to just turn around and sit with this feeling, instead of trying to logically think a way out of it, I was thinking, you know, what do I do? Should I start writing? Do I do another course? All those things. You immediately want to turn and run in the opposite direction of this thing that doesn't feel comfortable, which is how it felt to me. I am such a creative, soul-driven person, and that's been my being for so long. So anyway, eventually I got the message and I sat quietly and I dropped into that space and I just held it. I just said, okay, what is this? What is this emptiness, this blank space? And the message I got was quite incredible. It was that you've done your stuff. And I was like, what? But the message was, you've fulfilled your soul purpose. You've fulfilled the main reasons why you came here. What you've done is work out all your karma, work out all your soul lessons, the major ones that you came into this incarnation with. And I struggled with that at first because, you know I'm not an enlightened being. I don't think of enlightenment as a destination. I think of it as a process, an ongoing process. And so, you know, I wouldn't claim to be enlightened. Please don't think that's what I'm saying. And I also don't believe that that means that now my life is going to be perfect, because, you know, I'm a spirit in a human body and I will therefore have all that human stuff to deal with still. It doesn't mean my life's going to be perfect. But what it does mean, and when I really dropped into my center, in here, in my heart, what I was told was, okay, so now it's just about what brings you joy. What do you want to do? How do you want to fill your days? It's completely your choice. And it was like I had this blank slate, this blank page in front of me. And again, as a creative person, you'll know that can be scary too, because it's like, well, where do I start? And up until this point, I've always had, because of karmic things to resolve, things that my soul needed to do, I've had that pull, that urge, that guidance towards something definite. And now that's not there. So what I have to do, all I have to do, it sounds so simple, and yet it's actually quite tricky to learn. I'm going to have to adjust, is drop into my heart and choose what brings me joy. Now, I know many people have said, and in the past this was probably true, that once you completed your soul purpose, you simply left planet. That was it. Your job was done. You went. But again, because of this new age we're going into, this new paradigm, that's no longer true. And so we can choose to stay. I believe I made that decision a while back. I want to stay. I want to experience life and planet Earth as she moves into the 5th dimension. I want to continue helping people. But also, what my soul is longing for now, and this is true of all of you, no matter what stage you are in your spiritual path, your soul seeks joy. It seeks its true expression that makes you excited, that makes you want to get up in the morning, that fills you with passion and enthusiasm. And so that's where I'm at now. So just to encourage those of you who may be reaching this point and think, oh, I've lost my connection, where's my guidance gone? It hasn't gone, it's still there, but just bear in mind that you may have at this point completed the major soul purpose and growth learnings that you wanted to achieve in this lifetime. And now it's about choosing where you want to spend your time, what brings you joy, how to be, I believe, those of us spiritual and spiritually led people who are here on the planet at this time, we are here to set the example now. So my task and my challenge, I have to say, because at this point it still doesn't feel easy, is being able to connect with my heart in such a way that I can live my joy and my passion while still being of service. Obviously, service is part of my passion, as you'll know if you've followed my blog or you've had sessions with me. Service is my passion, helping others is my passion, but also for myself, and I have complete freedom now to do that. So it's exciting and it's challenging as well. So I just wanted to make this video just in case it was throwing any of the rest of you off kilter, and also to encourage those of you along the path that it's possible to get here. It's possible to get here, and it's fantastic and it's wonderful. So I will leave that message with you. See what resonates with you. I hope it helps those of you who maybe needed to hear that right now. And I send you blessings and much love, light and laughter.